Welcome children to NCERT class 6 chapter 2 components of food. In chapter 1 we made list of food items that we eat. We also identified food items eaten in different parts of India and marked this on its map. A meal could consist of chapati, dal and brinjal curry. Another may be rice, sambar and vegetable preparation of lady fingers, bindi. Yet another meal could be appam, fish curry and vegetables. Children, here the description of food is given according to the region of India. In India, different region of people eat different variety of food. In North India, they may be eating dal, chapati with some curries or vegetable. As we go towards the south, people usually love rice and they eat rice with sambar or vegetable. Yet another meal could be appam, and people living in the coastal areas usually prefer fish. So they eat their rice with fish and fish curry. Activity 1. Our meal usually have at least one item made up of some kind of grain. Other item could be dal or dish of meat and vegetables. It could also include items like curd, buttermilk and pickles. Some examples of meals from different regions are given in table 2.1. Select food items you depicted on the map in chapter number 1. Add some more meals to this list and enter in this table of 2.1. Sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. If we are traveling, we may eat whatever is available on the way. It may not be possible for some of us to eat such a variety of items most of the time. There must be some reason though why meal usually consists of such a distribution. Do you think that our body needs different kind of food for some special purpose? Children, let us look at this table 2.1. Some common meals of different regions or states of India. Okay, region like Punjab. Punjab people, they eat mostly makke ki roti, that is a corn roti. Rajma, kidney beans, have sarson ka saag. In vegetables, they have sarson saag. Others, they usually prefer curd and ghee. In Andhra Pradesh, people use rice, tur dal and rasam. Their vegetable is kundu. They also have buttermilk, ghee and pickle. Children, you have to fill up this column according to your region. If you are in Maharashtra, what kind of food you eat? You must be eating chapati. So you have to fill up the column. What do different food items contain? We know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients which we get from plant or animal. These ingredients contain some components. They are needed by our body. These components are called nutrients. Means our body needs nutrients. The major nutrients in our food are named as carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamin and minerals. The major nutrients in our body are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. In addition, food contains dietary fibers and water which are also needed by our body. Do all food contains all these nutrients? With some simple methods, we can test whether cooked food or a raw ingredient contain one or more of this nutrient. The test for presence of carbohydrates, proteins and fats are simpler to do as compared to the test of other nutrients. Let us do this test and record all our observation in table 2.2. You will need solution of iodine, copper sulfate and caustic soda. You will also need a few test tubes and a dropper. Try this test on cooked food items as well as raw materials. Table 2.2 shows you a way to record the observation from this test. Table 2.2 shows you a way to record the observations from these tests. Some food items are given in this table. You can also conduct tests either with these or any other available food items. Do this test carefully and do not try to eat or test any chemicals. If the required solutions are not available in a ready-made form, your teacher can prepare them as given in the box. Let us begin by testing different food items to see if they contain carbohydrates. There are many types of carbohydrates. The main carbohydrate found in our food are the main carbohydrates found in our food are in the form of starch and sugars. We can easily test if food item contains starch. Activity 2. Test for starch. Now children, we will find out the starch content in the food, whether the food contains starch. Take a small quantity of food item or raw ingredient. Put 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution. Observe if there is any change in the color of the food item. Did it turn black? Did it turn blue black? Now see children, observe the picture here. The children are two children are here and they are putting iodine solution on starch. Here example is given of potato. Potato is full of starch. So when they add iodine on potato, the color changes to blue black. Black color indicates that it contains starch. Repeat this test with other food items to find out which of these food contains starch. Enter all your observation in table 2.2. See, raw potato, it has starch. The color will change to blue black. Test for protein. What are the five major components of food? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamin and minerals. So we have seen for carbohydrate. Now we will see test for protein. Take a small quantity of food item for testing. If the food you want to test is a solid, you first need to make a paste of it or powder it. Grind or mash a small quantity of food item and put some of this in a clean test tube. Add 10 drops of water to it. Shake the test tube. Now using a dropper, add 2 drops of solution of copper sulfate and then 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to the food items. What is the observation? Shake well and let the test tube stand for few minutes. What do you see? Did the content of the test tube turn violet? A violet color indicates the presence of proteins in the food item. Now you can repeat this test for another food items. So whatever is your observation, children, you have to note down in your table 2.2. Milk protein, it shows it when the drop of copper sulfate and caustic soda was added, the color changed to violet. So this shows the presence of protein. For fats, take a small quantity of food item. Wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. Take care that paper does not tear. Now, sprinkle the paper and observe it carefully. Does it have any oily patch? Hold the paper against light. Are you able to feel light faintly through this patch? An oily patch on the paper shows that food item contains fat. The food items may sometimes contain a little water. Therefore, after you have rubbed an item on paper, let the paper dry for a while. If there were any water that may have come from the food, it would dry up after some time. If no oily patch shows up after this, the food item does not contain any fat. What this test shows are fats, protein, and starch present in all food items we tested. What do this test show? Are fats and proteins and starch present in all food items that we tested? Does a food item contain more than one nutrient? Do you find any food item that does not contain any of these nutrients? We tested we tested food items for three nutrients: carbohydrate, protein, and fats. There are also other nutrients like vitamins and minerals. They are present in different food items. Why do we need all these nutrients? What do nutrients do for our body? Various nutrients do for our body. Carbohydrates mainly provide energy to our body. Fat also gives us energy. In fact, fat gives us more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. Food containing carbohydrates. Fats and carbohydrates are also called energy giving food, as in figure number 2.3 and 2.4. In 2.3 you can see bajra, rice, wheat, sweet potato, sugarcane, papaya, melon, mango, maize. They are the sources of carbohydrate. And in figure number 2.3 you see oil, mustard oil, nuts, sunflower oil, soybean oil, pills. They contain fats. Okay, groundnuts, peel, almonds are here, and these are a rich source of fat. And other source of fat comes from animals and plant sources. Okay, like butter, milk, cream, ghee, meat, fish, egg. These are the sources of fats, animal sources of fats. Some sources of fats from as a plant source or animal sources. So in the figure you see ghee, milk, butter, cream, and egg, fish, meat. Proteins are needed for the growth and repair of our body. Proteins are often called bodybuilding food in figure number 2.5. Now these are the sources of protein: plant source and animal source. Now in plant source, what are the sources? All the pulses. The pulses, they are very rich in protein like soya bean, beans, tur dal, moong dal, gram, peas. These are very rich in protein. And animal source that is rich in protein is milk, egg, cheese, paneer, meat, fish. Proteins are bodybuilding. They help in building our body. The growth, when we are baby, we grow up into big boys. That time we need lots of protein because our muscles are developing. Vitamins help in protecting our body against disease. Vitamin also help keeping our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. Vitamins are required in very small quantity, but vitamins are of different kinds known by different names. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Our body needs all types of vitamins in a very small quantity. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps body to fight against many diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Food that are rich in different vitamins are shown in figure 2.6 and to 2.9. Now we'll see 2.6. What is this? The sources of vitamin A. Now, sources of vitamin A: papaya, carrot, mango, milk, fish oil. They are main sources of vitamin A. Sources of vitamin B are rice, wheat, liver. Now, sources of vitamin C are citrus fruits. Citrus fruits like lemon, amla, green chili, guava, orange, tomato. Sources of vitamin B are milk, butter, liver, egg, and fish. And children, we also get vitamin D from sunlight. Our body also prepares vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Nowadays, insufficient exposure to sunlight is cause of vitamin D deficiency in many people. Now let's study about minerals. Minerals are needed by our body in small amount. Each one is essential for proper growth of body and to maintain good health. Some sources of different minerals are shown in figure 2.10. So, sources of minerals. Now what are the different sources of minerals? Minerals means they are required in very small quantity. Iodine. From where do we get iodine? We get iodine from ginger, from spinach, then from fish and lobsters. Sources of phosphorus are banana, seeds, cumin seed and milk, chili. Sources of iron is spinach, liver, apple and pear. Sources of calcium is milk and egg. Most food items usually have more than one nutrient. You may have noticed this while recording your observation in table 2.2. However, in a given raw material, one particular nutrient may be present in much large quantity than in other. For example, rice has more carbohydrate than other nutrients. Thus, we say rice is a carbohydrate-rich source of food. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are known as ruggage. Ruggage is mainly provided by plant products in our food. Whole grain and pulses, potato, fresh fruits and vegetables are main source of ruggage. Ruggage does not provide any nutrient to our body, but it is the essential component of our food and adds to its bulk. This helps our body to get rid of undigested food. Now, whatever undigested food is there, the luggage helps to remove it. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps in throwing out some waste from our body as urine and sweat. Normally, we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, tea. In addition, we add water to most foods. Let's see if there is any other source which provides water in our body. Activity 3. Take a tomato or fruit like lemon. Cut it into small pieces. Do your hands get wet while doing so? Carefully observe water whenever vegetables and fruits are being cut, peeled, grated or mashed at your home. Do you find any fresh vegetable or fruit that do not contain some amount of water? We see that many food materials themselves contain water. To some extent, our body needs are made by this water. Apart from this, we also add water while cooking many food items. Balanced diet. The food we normally eat in a day is our diet. For growth and maintenance of good health, our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities. Not too much of one and not too little of other. The diet should also contain a good amount of luggage and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Do you think that people of all ages need the same type of diet? Do you also think that we need for a balanced diet would depend on the amount of physical work that we do? Prepare a chart of whether you eat over a period of week. Check whether all nutrients mentioned are present in one or other food items being eaten within a day or so. Pulses, groundnuts, soya beans, sprouted seeds, moong and Bengal gram, fermented food, South Indian foods such as idlis, combination of flour, misti roti, thepla, made from cereals and pulses, banana, spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables and other such food items provide many nutrients. Therefore, one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food material. Eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not lost. Are you aware that some nutrients get lost in the process of cooking and preparation? Paheli wonders whether animal food also consists of these different components and do they also need a balanced diet? If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result in the loss of some vitamins. The skin of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses removes some vitamins and minerals present in them. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amount of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heating during cooking. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in our diet? Pujo thought that fats would be the best food to eat all the time. A katori of bowl of fat will give him much more energy than a katori of carbohydrate rich food, isn't it? So he ate nothing but food rich in fats. Fried foods like samosa, puri, snacks, malai, rabdi, peda, sweets. Do you think he was right? No, of course not. It can be very harmful for us to eat so much of fat rich foods, and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. Deficiency disease. A person may not be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause disease or disorder in our body. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period are called deficiency disease. If a person does not get enough protein in his her food for a long time, she is likely to have stunted growth, swelling face, discoloration of hair, skin disease, and diarrhea. If the diet is deficient in both carbohydrates and protein for a long period of time, the growth may stop completely. Such a person becomes very lean and thin, and so weak that he or she may not even be able to move. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in certain diseases or disorder. Some of these are mentioned in Table 2.3. All deficiency disease can be prevented by taking balanced diet. In this chapter, we asked ourselves the reason why widely varying food from different regions had a common distribution. This distribution we find ensure that our meals have a balance of nutrients needed by the body. In table 2.3, some disease disorder caused by deficiency of vitamins and minerals. Vitamin A, loss of vision. Poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, sometimes complete loss of vision. Vitamin B1, the disease is very weak muscles and very little energy of to do work. Vitamin C, scurvy, bleeding gums, wounds take longer time to heal. Vitamin D, rickets, bone becomes soft and bend. Calcium, bone and tooth decay, weak bones and tooth decay. Iodine, goiter. Glands in the neck appear swollen. Mental disabilities in children. Iron, anemia. anemia, weakness. In this chapter, children, we have learned about major nutrients in our food are carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. In addition to food, also contains dietary fiber and water. Carbohydrates and fats mainly provide energy to our body. Protein and minerals are needed for growth and maintenance of our body. Vitamins help in protecting our body against disease. Balanced diet provides all nutrients that our body needs in right quantities along with adequate amount of nourishing and water. Deficiency of one or more nutrients in our food for a long time may cause certain disease or disorder. Exercise. Name the major nutrient of our food. The major nutrients in our foods are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, and vitamins. The table below shows the nutrient present in some food item. Children, your table in your textbook 2.1, you have to fill up food items like raw potato, the presence of starch, yes, milk, presence of protein, and presence of fats. Groundnut, protein is present and even fat. Uncooked rice, carbohydrate, it is rich in carbohydrate. Cooked rice, it is rich in carbohydrate. Dry coconut, it is a source of fats. Uncooked tur dal, it is a source of protein. Cooked dal, protein is present. Okay, a slice of any vegetable, a slice of any fruits, because they are more rich in vitamins and minerals. Boiled egg white, it is a source of protein. So you will fill up your table 2.1. Nutrient which mainly gives energy to the body. Carbo- Carbohydrates gives energy to the body. Name the nutrients that are needed for growth and maintenance of a body. Proteins are needed for growth and maintenance of the body. A, a vitamin required for maintaining good eyesight. It is vitamin A. A mineral that is required to keep our bones healthy. That answer is calcium. Name two food items rich in fats, ghee and butter. Starch, potato and rice. Dietary fiber, spinach, cabbage, carrot, lady's finger. You can write down any two. Protein, milk, fish, pulses. Tick the statement that are correct and those are incorrect. By eating rice alone, we can fulfill nutrition requirement of body. Is it correct? No. Deficiency disease can be prevented by eating balanced diet. Yes. Balanced diet for body should contain a variety of food items. Yes. Meat alone is sufficient to provide all nutrients to the body. No. Fill in the blanks. Rash is caused by deficiency of vitamin D. Rickets is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin D. Deficiency of dash causes disease known as beriberi. Vitamin B1 causes disease known as beriberi. Deficiency of vitamin C causes disease known as scurvy. Night, night blindness is caused due to deficiency of vitamin A in our food.